Hello, I hope you're well. This is just a quick video. I stumbled across something last night which I personally find interesting, and I think it may be of interest to other people out there. So I thought I'd share it. I love inventions and I love to watch people take an idea and then get backers on board and turn it into a real world product. I've got a few ideas myself. One day in the future, I might like to do it. And in the meantime, I just find it really inspiring to watch people do this. So this is why I kind of follow this scene, and I just stumbled across this and it's brilliant. So let's go and have a look at it. It's called a Sea Air, which is a tankless dive system. So it's kind of like a hooker system, H-O-O-K-A-H, hooker. Be careful how you pronounce that and how you spell it. This is a battery-powered surface air supply dive system. So it's got lithium batteries and it's got approximately a 5-hour battery life, which is pretty amazing. It's got a claimed 12-meter depth limit. I would massively raise my eyebrows at that personally, because I've got a little bit of diving experience, not a lot, but I personally would be looking to use this at about 2 meters from the surface. My personal use case for this is to clean the hull. Our previous boat, 30-foot boat, I put a special kind of copper paint on there, and I didn't haul the boat out for 4.5 years. I used to jump in and clean it by snorkeling. Then our current boat, which is 35 foot, before I did the solo trip across the channel, I jumped in and cleaned it because it was heavily fouled. So it wasn't ideal conditions. It was in the UK and I was wearing shorts and t-shirt. So that's going to make it harder work than it would have been elsewhere. But that was really quite hard work. You know, even to 35 foot, it makes a big difference. So if you start to go up even bigger than that, people who are diving their holes, you know, something like this could be very useful. So this is my usage case for it. It may also be useful. Let's say you're somewhere and you get a rope fouled in your prop and you need to clear it. This would make it a lot easier. And not everybody's got the room on board for scuba tanks. You know, on our boat, we're really struggling for room. And in fact, even this, I would have to sacrifice space, valuable space, to fit this on board. So I'm actually not too sure whether to buy this or not. Anyway, let's have a quick look at it. So yeah, it's lithium batteries. It's a sealed unit. There's a disadvantage to that. You can't take it on an aeroplane because the battery pack is too large and you can't remove. It's all sealed. It's not designed to be removed, the battery. But yeah, basically it supplies air. Now it only gives you 56 litres per minute. I don't think that's very much. I think if you were cleaning a hull, you'd have to be kind of doing it in a nice leisurely manner, because if you were scrubbing like a nut job, like I normally do when I'm holding my breath, I mean, that sounds like a strange thing to say, doesn't it? As I do it holding my breath, and then you're going to have an air supply. So it's going to be better with this. But what I'm saying is, if you're really exerting yourself underwater, I think you're probably going to run out of air supply with something like this. So you're going to have to just take it easy, which will be easier to do because you've got an air supply and you're not snorkeling anymore. Anyway, I'm just thinking out loud here. There are some potential serious dangers with systems like this. I am not a professional diver. I've done a little bit of diving, civilian diving and military stuff, but not a lot. And I have had issues with scuba diving. I've been with qualified people. I've had things go wrong underwater, and you can quite quickly get in trouble. That's with a normal scuba diving setup. This has other potential risks. This is not an exhaustive list, but a couple of things are fumes. If you're down there scrubbing your boat and somebody starts an engine or a generator nearby and the fumes drift towards your air intake, then they are going to go through an activated carbon filter, but concentrated fumes can cause you problems. So that's one thing to think about. Another thing is a failure. You know, if the batteries fail or if the pump fails, the piston gets seized or something like that, then you're going to immediately lose air because you don't have a tank. It's just it goes directly from the pump to your regulator. So there is no like spare capacity. You don't get a couple of breaths and then it stops. It just stops. So that's another thing to think about. And I'm sure that if there are any divers watching this, you can come up with a whole list of other potential issues with it. So please feel free to openly criticize this or openly advise people. This is not a recommendation. I just want to get this across. I do not recommend this product. It's just a raising awareness because I thought it was cool and I thought that other people might think it's cool. You can charge it on your boat, potentially, and then you have 5 hours of breathing time underwater. So if you've got something to deal with, some kind of emergency situation or something, then this could come in handy. 75 decibels, so they claim that that's ultra quiet. I'm not sure exactly how ultra quiet that is. I think that's a noticeable noise. But yeah, for scrubbing the hull, that isn't a problem. At the moment, they've got super early birds. There's some of them left, and they are $299 plus shipping and taxes. So That's substantially less than the other hooker systems out there on the market. So that's why it's piquing my interest, because I have a potential use for this on board, and I have to decide whether we want to get this and whether we've got room on board for it. I'm undecided myself, really. And I just want to make sure that you understand this is not a recommendation. It is a, hey, check this out and see what you think. Kickstarter campaigns can go wrong. They may not deliver. There may be some kind of global blah-de-blah which gets in the way of the delivery in September. I don't know. So if you do go ahead and buy one, then please don't blame me if anything goes wrong. Okay. And the consequences of something going wrong with this could be potentially very bad. Okay. So I am washing my hands of all responsibility. But if any responsible adults out there see this and they think it's good for them and they have a usage case in mind, then you might be glad that I brought this to your attention. So there you go. That's it. I'll leave a link in the description of the video where you can go and check this out. And again, just do your due diligence, caveat emptor and all that. I just thought I'd share it with you because it's cool. Like I say, I love to see people take an idea and bring it to the world. That's it for now. Hopefully we'll be on the boat soon and we'll see you soon. Ciao, ciao.